Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's another episode of CLX Foundry Live. We're going to jump and dive deep into a machine today and show you some really cool things. We built it from the ground up. I am your host, DJ Lou PDX, and of course, joining me live from our studios in Wichita, Kansas, is our lead technical expert, Paul Steffens, and our master builder, Zach Killingsworth. Guys, how's it going?
Hi.
Nice. I got sunshine. You know what happened? I got paler.
Oh
yeah.
Oh no.
I'm not sure why I'm reversed to everybody else. So,
It's because
with that
you
being
live
said,
up there with, Edward and,
so we got this build. Why don't you explain what this build is for and what we got to put in it?
All right, so we've got a couple AMD builds that we are using for photography today. So you guys are going to get to see those, and if you look up these SKUs later, you're going to see pictures of them. So starting out with our processor on this build, we've got the AMD Ryzen 7 9800X3D. To cool that, we've got our Tri-X 360 Panorama in black. For our motherboard, we've got the ASRock X870 Pro-A with Wi-Fi 7 on board. And for our memory, we've got 2 sticks of 16 gigabyte DDR5 6000 speed in black. For our video card, we've got the Radeon RX 9070 XT. We got this Challenger version 1. It looks really, really nice. And for our storage drive, we've got a 1 terabyte T-Force G50 NVMe M.2. We got 7 of our Game DS Aeolus fans going inside of this Evolve X2. Been a while since we've done an X2 on the show. And for our power supply, we've got the ASRock 850 watt 80 plus gold power supply.
Nice. All right, getting started. This is one of my more favorite cases, just because of the bottom of it. It's kind of got a built-in stand, so if you need to put it on carpet, you can put it on carpet. You'll notice because of that gap down there holds the PC up and makes sure there's a product-free space for all the air. And that will be intake fans. Okay, how is everybody? Temperance is in the house. Hi. How's Mark? What's going on? Hello to anybody and everybody on Kick and YouTube. So I don't know if anybody else was aware, but I did watch it. The final episode of Stephen Colbert. That was a sad one. It was beautiful, but yeah.
What? I thought he was only on Monroe.
What? No, he turned on. He went on to cable access. I think that night.
Yeah, only on Monroe.
Yeah. Picked up his old show and his old slot, was like, I can do whatever I want now. Zris, hello.
What is his last episode doing, the late night stuff? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I didn't even know about this.
Yeah.
Yep. Paramount, well, it's a long story.
I liked him better on Daily Show anyways, or the Colbert Report. Mm-hmm. Is he doing that now?
No. It's because the parent
not necessarily.
company is poop.
Oh, okay. Bring back. Well, they got the Daily Show going. Is Jon Stewart still doing that once a week? I feel like.
Yeah, he's still doing it on Mondays.
Bring back the Colbert on there.
I know, right? That would be ideal. Okay, so let's talk about our motherboard first. This is going to, as I mentioned, be a ASRock X870 Pro-A with Wi-Fi 7. Wi-Fi 7 is crazy cool. This is a good mid-tier board, I would say. Love the back of it. And let's take a look at what kind of connectivity it's going to have. So we've got 2 antenna ports, our HDMI port. There's going to be 2 USB 4 Type-C ports. That's 40 gigs up and down. And then you've got 2 USB 3.2 Gen 2, which is Type-A ports. And those are all 10 gigabits. Then there's 1 USB 3.2 Gen 1. I think that's 5. And then you've got 4 USB 2s, your RJ45, your BIOS flashback, and your HD audio lines. There you go.
Look at all that stuff.
Okay. So first things first, we're going to shove in there the AMD Ryzen 7 9800X3D. Paul, why don't you tell us a little about this processor and a little bit about why you choose this processor.
Yes, this is a great gaming processor from AMD. We're actually going to do a little bit of gaming on the system after this build, so you guys can see that. But this is an 8-core, 16-thread processor. It's got a base speed of 4.7, and it will boost all the way up to 5.2.
Nice. Nice. UMB 694 says, thanks for the PC. You're very welcome. You're very welcome indeed. Okay.
My B.
So once we get that installed, next step is going to be taking care of the RAM. Now the RAM is going to be two 16 gig sticks of Patriot DDR5 6000 in black with RGB. Always install those in slots 2 and 4 first. 3, 4, 6, 8. Otherwise, your RAM won't rate.
Cool.
Okay.
Really appreciate.
Like my cheerleading days are screaming back at me.
You were a cheerleader, DJ?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I didn't know that.
I was on the dance team side of it. So
Breaking it down.
yeah. Okay, now for our solid state drive, we're going to have a 1 terabyte T-Force G50 NVMe M.2. These are the smallest form factor for SSDs, and why is that?
The M.2 just fits right onto the motherboard. These things are super, super fast. So it's great to have at least one in your system for your operating system so that everything can boot up quickly. And then a lot of times if people need extra storage, you can do a secondary hard disk drive for pretty cheap.
Nice. Okay. Now, what are we doing next, Zach?
Retention kit.
So, if you get an AIO and it has a retention kits, Zach, talk about us about knowing which one goes with.
So yes, we will have AMD hardware and we will have Intel hardware. We just want to make sure that we pick out the hardware that we need for our machine and attach it accordingly.
Right on. Question coming in from Osmart over on the Twitch side. It says, how hot can an SSD get?
Anything Gen 4 or below, I don't have like exact temperatures, but they don't get hot at all. They're not anything to worry about. The Gen 5s have gotten warmer to where it is definitely recommended to have a heat shield on them. But it kind of depends how quickly you're writing or how long you're writing and reading from it. But generally they don't get too hot.
Good. That's good for me. I was wondering that too. Now, do you know much about game optimization?
It depends.
So, I have a game that I was getting just terrible frames with, and I took because I have a 1440 monitor, and I made it 1080p in the game. Does that cause more stress or less stress for the GPU since it's having to do 1440 into 1080?
It should cause significantly less stress.
You would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it
an article.
causing less stress?
Nope, not at all.
It's causing more stress.
So I'm trying to figure out all the different settings for what
game
to
is
do. It's for Windows.
Might be
And you
because
would-
that's an earlier
I
game.
do know that if I'm not
could be.
if I'm not near the water, I get much higher frame rates unless once I'm near water or I'm looking at water, everything just craps out.
Yeah, it could be a way the water is programmed in there. I wonder if there's going to be an update for it. Because I feel like
That's
I've
a
heard
good
that
question.
from multiple people.
Yeah, you look at that water and your frames go. They go away quickly. Okay. Now you notice what Zach was playing with there for just a second. That is the panorama screen for the Tri-X 360 Panorama SE Black AIO. This is how we're going to cool the machine. And as you saw, there's a little circle of thermal paste that came on this. Does thermal paste always come on your AIO?
Not always. Sometimes it will come in a little syringe tube. Sometimes it's in a little squeeze packet. Something like that. But it does not always come pre-applied on there.
And obviously, just use the whole tube, right?
Pretty much, yeah. If it gives you a one shot, then yeah. But just do a little pea-size drop. They shouldn't. I don't think they're going to give you a lot more because thermal paste is expensive.
Okay, cool. Good to know. if you have thermal paste from, say, an old build, how long does that stay fresh, or does it end up?
As long as it's sealed, I think it's
wrapping
good
out?
for like a long time. Yeah.
Good, perfect, awesome. So as for weather, how are you guys doing out there?
Good. It's heating up. It was beautiful. We went out fishing today right before we came on the show, and it was
nice.
Beautiful out there. The water the lake we go to, the water was clearer than we've ever seen it before. Like you could see the fish in the water from like the parking lot.
Feet away.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. That sounds like fun. Catch anything?
Nope, not today, but we didn't. We were like testing out some stuff and had our bass lines on. So if we would have had some worms, we would have been slaying those bluegill.
And you don't use the whole dynamite in the water thing, right?
Not yet. That'd be
Just
a great
the,
place
just
to
the
do it.
taser.
Yeah, zap it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You know, they play reels that have all these little versions of things, and there's one that's covering all lightning.
Whoa.
This dude it was raining. He went to jump in his pool, and as he's in the air, the lightning hit the water right before he hit it.
Oh.
And luckily, he didn't get destroyed. But I would imagine that would not be fun for anyone.
Yeah. I'll give you a little tingle.
Now, let's start with the frame. What's with the frame?
So this is a fan frame that allows us to attach our fans to the radiator outside of the case. Some cases do have this on like the bottom, which this one does have it on the bottom. So it does make it very nice and easy to just install all of your fans outside of the build and go from there.
That way you're not feeling like your hands are stuck inside a tiny spot. So next up is the fans. This is how we're going to be cooling our AIO. So these are part of 7 different Game DS Aeolus M2 120 black fans. They're really cool because the rings and the blades light up. I know that's probably neither here nor there, but they look awesome. So Paul, walk us through how this works and which way you should position your radiator.
All right, so these are going to be in the top of the case. So the side you can see that Zach putting the screws in through. This is where air is going to be coming in. So it's going to come in from this side of the fans, pushed through the radiator and out the top of the case. So this is called the push method, since we're pushing air through the radiator. Now, if we get the fans on the other side or flip them around, they would be pulling air through, and that would be the pull method. And then if you've got room in your case and your budget, you can do a push-pull and have them on both sides. This Evolve X2, though, you can only have them done this way because that plate you can see sandwiched in there.
Yeah. Yeah, for the push-pull, you should have a raw. It takes up a lot of space.
Yep.
Okay. So as far as which way to position the fans and how to know which way they blow. So.
Yeah, so the part that doesn't have the grill that you can see right there is where air's coming in. And then the part that has the grill, like this right here, is where air is coming out.
Gotcha.
Ah, nice breeze.
Okay. So, we got Jeff in the house. Hello. Bonjour. Hello, Hashim. Smokey's here. Smokey, I don't know if a cat wandered across your keyboard or if that's another language. Spend some time figuring that one out.
Kaba.
There we go. Our terrible neighbors are moving out.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Yep. These guys threatened to sue the neighbors next to them who were catty-cornered to us because their AC was too loud.
Heck yeah, baby!
And then their kids were too loud.
Oh,
and then the guy down the street, he was playing basketball with his boys, and he said, "You guys are causing a disturbance." I'm gonna call the police. And the whole neighborhood is just like, we're so tired of you two. Oh my god.
I feel like they need to move into a retirement community.
Yeah. I really had half a notion. I know I won't do this. I shouldn't do this. I had half a notion to take a card around and have everybody sign it that says thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for moving.
Here's some.
We appreciate your attention to this
cookies.
matter.
I mean, here's some chocolate chip cookies.
Right? Oh yeah, he bawled us out for the dogs barking at all ever. Like they're dogs. And if you're standing on our porch trying to see why the dogs are barking, they're probably barking at you. So get off the property. Maybe don't bark so much. You think?
Oh man.
Yeah. Now, do you use the
Oh, go ahead, DJ.
Oh, no, I was just saying, do you use the slots? That's just answered my question. Nope. Or oh yeah, there's little places for the power cables. Nice. So what were we gonna say?
I was just gonna say, hopefully they're moving to a peaceful place with some land, but I doubt it. They're just gonna go to another neighborhood and complain about those people.
They're gonna go to a farm up north.
Yeah, yeah. Take them out to the farm.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Next up, we've got the actual case. So you've seen what we've gotten assembled, like pre-done, and we've set that aside. Zach set that aside, and now it's time for the case. So Zach, walk us through what the first things you need to do with your case for optimal functionality.
Yeah, so I like tearing the whole case apart, like stripping all of the glass panels off and all of the side panels and stuff like that off. It just makes it a lot easier to manipulate it and pick it up and move it around. And then doing a discount double check on all of your parts and components. So, you know, like if you have hard drives and stuff like that, want to make sure that we don't forget about those baddies. And then also do a lookarooski at your moped and see if it's the ASRock category to where you need to add a 10th standoff. And then make sure your standoffs are in line and go from there.
Ashim says, DJ, hope you weren't the one that snitched on them. Oh, no, absolutely not. Out of your internet publicly denouncing his neighbors, I mean, does anybody really care?
His neighbors aren't fans of the show, so they won't see it.
They won't know.
I think they still listen to old radio dramas.
Ooh.
Never caught up with televisions.
So
okay.
They're sucked into the War of the Worlds.
Right. Have you ever listened to that?
That's their bread and butter. The OG one?
Yeah. It's unusually convincing for that era.
It's gotta be.
That's got to be one of the best pranks ever played on accident. So, all right. Getting our board screwed down. Now, you mentioned standoffs, and those little guys that keep the board from touching the actual metal of the case. Why do you want that?
It will short out our motherboard if we got our motherboard screwed directly to the case, which could cause anything from a small problem to a completely fried motherboard. So,
yeah, don't do that.
Don't do
that. Now, how many should they have on average?
For an ATX board, it's typically 9. Like Zach mentioned, ASRock has that 10th one right down here. But for an ATX board, it's typically 9.
I don't know why I was thinking about this. This is the dumbest thing ever. For a second, I thought, well, I wonder why he doesn't put the radiator in first. And then I realized, don't think. That's not your job. Don't think. I know that's what I'm saying. I said what I said. Now, as far as this point, you should, if you're assembling your own computer, you should have an idea of how you want to route your cable management, because this is the time when it's exceedingly easy to route things where they need to go, as opposed to later, when you forget that all of my cables are actually on the front, and now I have to pull the whole thing apart. That's not my job. That's why I have AI. Yes. Chip Douglas, so do I. Okay. Now. So from here, you can actually see the back and see where that there is a gap there for the cable management, which means that we don't have to do all of it down below, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still stuck on that War of the Worlds thing. We studied that in broadcasting school for recreating Foley sounds on the radio. And we had to try and guess how they did it.
That went out?
The
I
War of
only
the
know
Worlds
about the movie.
Oh, no.
The War of the Worlds.
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I think of when I hear War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds
you're right.
was
Strider.
You're right.
was an attempt at
It was a social
it was a radio drama and a social experiment. This guy had an entire production team right there next to the radio, and that's tell the stories and things. They have different characters on different mics, and the effects that they were creating were all practical. So if you heard them walking, there's somebody with shoes doing like this on a gravel pit, and makes it sound real. So they end up telling the story of War of the Worlds, which is told live, from a live perspective.
Okay.
And everybody who was listening to the show, Orson Welles, yes, just, holy Lord.
They thought like aliens were invading?
Yep.
People
100%.
people were freaking out, like battening up their windows, and it was ridiculous. It was bad.
Is it intentional? Was that intentional to fake people out? Sounds like a felony to me.
I think
when you want to troll a whole community of
whole
people,
nation.
the radio is the best way to troll them.
Take over the radio waves.
Yep.
I didn't know about this at all. I just thought it was a movie.
Oh no, it is. It's a pretty classic. Heck yeah, we're talking the War of the Worlds.
I'm Googling it.
The good variant, the Tom Cruise variant.
You missed what you
There's
just
no
said.
better movie than if Tom Cruise is in it. Jack Reacher, no better Jack Reacher than Tom Cruise.
that I fully agree with. Fully agree with that.
Actually, I agree with that.
You don't
Convince
like Tom
some
Cruise?
listeners.
Oh gosh, no. Not as Reacher.
Oh, you like Alan Richardson?
Yes.
Alan Richardson reminds me of the Terminator from Terminator 2. He's just
Okay,
this.
well, Alan Richardson is a giant of a man, like
I know,
Reacher is in the book. Tom Cruise, I'm not looking at Reacher. I'm just looking at Tom play a character. I can't see him as Reacher because he's not built like Reacher. So, he can have the name.
I didn't know this was a book.
Oh, these are more than a book, bro. This is like a 20 book plus series.
What?
And my dad, he does not like Reacher, Tom Cruise Reacher, because he is not built like Reacher. Like, built Reacher is 6'4", 230, 240 pounds. And
wow. Okay. Well, that
Alan
definitely
Richardson is smaller than actual Reacher, like from the book. And so, like, when he initially went in, he wasn't going in for Reacher. He was going in for another character. And they're like, "Can you do some Reacher lines?" And he was very nervous that they wanted him to do it because he was like, "I'm not big enough to be this character." That's cool.
Wow. At least you knew the source material.
They had a
Hashim
disclaimer
says,
that it was fiction, but it was only at the beginning.
Yeah.
So
It's only at the beginning?
Yeah. So if you tuned
Yeah.
in after that, you
Yeah,
thought
you
the
did- you
Martians were
missed it.
here.
That's
Hashim says Tom Cruise, after Vanilla Sky, plays himself in most of his movies. That's a very accurate statement. It's always the same guy.
somebody running.
You just made a loaf of bread? Awesome.
Send us bread. Send us bread. We'll eat it.
Banana bread, bro.
Yum.
Yeah. Like Valkyrie was a great story, but Tom Cruise kind of ruined it. I think Minority Report.
Colin
I
Farrell.
had a full on. I did not watch any films with him in it after Eyes Wide Shut, because Eyes Wide Shut was that bad of a film.
Eye-opening.
No, just it runs in circles to finally go nowhere.
It's called Eyes Wide Shut because it's so terrible. You just want to close your eyes and go to
it's-
sleep.
It's awful, and it's a Kubrick film. So yeah, I just stopped watching all his films until Minority Report, and everybody kept saying, "You've got to watch Minority Report." All right, fine. Yeah, Minority Report was a book. See how much I'm learning on this show, not just about PCs, but about culture.
Book
I've gotten back into reading, so this is gonna be fun.
Ah, you should read The Martian, Andy Ware. It's very good. That's so good. Have you read Ready Player
Okay.
One? That's a good one. You should read that one.
I've read Ready Player One probably 18 times. I've done a live read of it on my streams, starting on Mixer, and here probably a good 5 or 6 times.
What's a mixer?
It is Mixer was the better platform. Just kidding. It didn't survive, so obviously it's not
Shots
better.
Fired.
If we are in the area of temperance, we're coming.
Heck yeah. Let's do this. Where are we going?
Lord of the Rings, the Similarian, yeah. Okay, Zach, talk to us about what you're doing right now, because you've been over there
fan
making a
tie
puzzle.
up. We got all of the fans tied up, looking beautimous. The case tied up, looking glorious.
The
This is
Butamus
what,
Maximus.
That's what some stuff
That's-
looks like.
Oh, yeah.
That is tight.
Sits right there. Just, looking good. Heck
Awesome.
yeah.
And
What's
that little
next?
box you just touched? That little box you just touched is what?
Our fan hub. That's what connects all of our fans together.
Does it also control the lighting?
Of our fans, correct.
Yeah, cool. All right, awesome. Uncut Chain, hi, what's up, Uncut? So why not 4 sticks? It always seems to be 2 sticks of RAM. That is actually a really, really good question.
So this one has 32 gigs with the 2 16 gig sticks, which is enough for what we're going to be doing with it. Price is probably going to be the biggest reason why most people are going with 2 sticks instead of 4 right now.
Yeah, I went, so Chain, I ended up going with 4 sticks. I did 4 16s. So,
Sourdough pizza.
Big baller.
Schlotsky's Deli.
Oh, yeah.
oh, Schlotsky's.
You guys have
God, I love
Schlotsky's in your areas? Their
We-
sourdough
I've-
pizzas are
one.
so good.
They're in the burbs. They're not here in the local Portland area. Not or like, because I'm still considered part of the downtown arena.
Oh,
So,
okay.
even though I'm 48 blocks on a river across from there, I'm like, what happened? Sourdough Discord is pretty popular for pizza dough. Yesterday, I found a recipe for donuts. Donuts?
Go nuts for donuts.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't say no. I would end up standing at Krispy Kreme, just watching the process. It was fascinating. It's fascinating.
You ever get you some
I-
hot nows?
Oh, God, yeah.
So what?
That was
When the
Hot
red
Nows?
light, when the red neon sign is on, you
Oh,
can go in
okay.
and get you some hot nows. So you can get you
Now.
some fresh hotties right off the line.
That's right.
Yep, that's why everybody was waiting. Everybody was waiting for those specifically.
They only turn our light on in town at like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and you're like, after dinner.
Everybody's already everybody's driving home. Yeah.
Yep.
Now, speaking of things that we're driving home, we want to drive some home to you, and that is power supply. You're going to have to power this thing with something. So for that, we've got an ASRock Pro 850 watt 80 plus gold PSU. So Paul, this looks different than our last PSU that we installed. What kind of PSU is this, and what's the difference between the two?
This is a non-modular power supply. So this has all the cables pre-soldered in. So that's why you see Zach going through, bundling up the ones we aren't going to use, untangling the ones that we are going to use. So with this one, like I said, the cables are already soldered in. If you go with a modular power supply, none of these cables are going to be soldered in, and you'll just see some ports, and then you'll grab the cables that you need and just plug those in. The modular power supplies are make building way easier because you're not going to have any extra cables. That being said, they do come at a premium as far as price goes, so you don't lose out on any performance in game by going with a non-modular or a modular. So if you're looking to save some money on your build, this is an area where you can do that.
And just for tips and tricks, Zach, how would you suggest somebody approach bundling up all of their non-use cables so it's good for cable management?
Yeah, so we have a red card today, and so we can go ahead and bundle up our 12-volt high power cable. I did the opposite because,
Muscle memory.
Yep, I am cranking out 5070s left and right. But yeah, you can go ahead and pre-bundle up some of your cables that you're not using. So this one has our 12-volt high power cable here, and we've got two VGA cables here. So we can go ahead and bundle up what we don't need. And same thing with our SATA Molex cables. This only has a SATA needed for our fan controller, nothing needed for the case or our AIO, which is very nice. So we can have those whole bundles bundled up with just a little SATA blow off out long enough to plug our fan controller in. But like if we had a hard drive, then we would want to make sure that we have power for our hard drive bay, because want to be able to play whatever games and whatever stuff we got saved up on.
That is important. Power on is important. Sometimes the cables do come labeled, which is nice. And if you're not sure where to plug it in on the board,
Just pick a random
read
spot.
the instruction. just pick it. See what happens.
No, the
Every now-
VGA will say VGA on it, and the CPU will say CPU on it. Those are going to be the two most similar because they're both considered an 8-pin VGA cable. One of them is going to be a 4x4, that's your CPU, and one of them is going to be a 2x6, that is your VGA. They cannot crisscross applesauce plug in to each other, so if you do plug those in, it's because you're forcing, and
The actual plastic connectors are shaped a little bit differently on them, so that you can't accidentally do that unless you're just being a madman.
You know what they say? Anything that's good for you is either illegal, immoral, or fattening. Also, if it jams, force it. If it breaks, you need to replace it anyways.
Boom.
unless it's memory, and then it's
That is-
expensive.
That is Murphy's Law.
America?
Yeah, how is
that sounds right.
Murphy? How is the cost profile of RAM right now? Is it still really high?
Is up, up, up.
Stonks, baby.
Let's see here. Remind me to tell you something next time I see you. Oh, yes.
Heck yeah, we're here.
And next time somebody breaks a bone, I have broken many a bone.
He's broken all the bones.
I had a rotator cuff repair in like 2000, and then I was fine all the way until 2013, and then just I became an absolute klutz.
Yep.
Yeah. What brakes you needed a new one anyway? Yes, apparently I needed a new one myself. Okay. Now we're getting these through.
Okay.
So you don't want to tie down the ones you're using yet because you want to make sure they get installed correct, right? Okay. There we go. Great shot of the top right there. Paul, what kind of features does the case have itself?
So this is a really cool looking case. This is the Evolve X2. It's quite a bit different from the Evolve X1. You can really see the differences in this case when we get the glass panels on, because this whole motherboard area is like cut out and you can see through it on the other side. Where our exhaust fans are down there, they're like flush, you can't even see them. And then like Zach's pointing out, we got two USB 3.0s, a USB Type-C, and a headset and mic port.
Nice. Nadir Realmente. Hi, welcome. Says I'm here for the free PS5 and GTA 6. I think you may have come to the wrong place.
Whoops.
That says that that build looks beautiful, and it is. It looks really great. All right. So maybe we should talk about the graphics card.
Look at this baby boy.
Okay. So
It's got 3 Beyblades on top.
Oh, yeah.
how heavy does that feel?
I'd say a good 2 pounds, 3 pounds.
And that's a 2-slotter? Yeah, that's a 2-slot.
Correct.
Gotcha. Always make sure you got that click. It's important. Is there anything special you need to do with the power cable, like say for this Radeon, so that it doesn't get compromised by the heat of the card? Is it just a matter of leaving enough loose cable so that it's not pulled tight against it?
Yeah. The big thing is you just don't want it to get caught up in those fans. So you'll see them. You'll get to see the slack of the cable hanging down. That way they don't get sucked up or are stopping the fan from spinning.
Right. Got it. When do you feel that installing graphics cards feels very clumsy? What do you usually do? Because it's stuck and it doesn't click. It's scary. Ooh.
I always make sure that my tower is laying down flat because density is going to move the graphics card straight down. And if we have it standing up, we got a lot of expensive bits that we don't want to crack or pop off or anything like that. And then we want to make sure that all of our IOs are open, whether that's 1, 2, 3, or however many. And then we also want to make sure that our PCI lane is open as well and that nothing is blocking that slot. And then as we slide it in, just make sure that our IOs are going into their respective bays and that PCI lane all lines up. Sometimes that little clip doesn't snap back up, and so you might need to get a little hook to kind of hook back and pull it up. But as long as the connection is solid in there, it should be good. And then same thing with our power cables. When we install those, we just want to make sure that we leave a little bit of loosey-goosey slack. You don't want them to be folded hard over. That will cause some heat in there. And also, it's just good practice to leave those IT fingers, that's 2 or 3 fingers gap, to where if you need to unplug it and plug it back in, that quick and easy troubleshoot. It would suck to have to undo zip ties and Velcro straps just to get a little bit to undo it and plug it back in.
Right on. And once again, you got to see on that angle the gap, the foot for this build, and that always is just something that amazes me.
Yeah, you could put this thing in
Right.
an inch of standing water, you know?
Heck
It's
yeah.
on that pedestal.
Please do not put this PC in standing water.
Come on.
Somebody put a picture.
Will void warranty. What happened? What happened to PC? Will it got what? How? Well, the guys in the show said.
Just name drop us. We'll take care of you.
That's hilarious.
They
Okay.
buy like a Dell.
Oh, look at
they
that.
do it with their Dell PC and get a hold of Dell tech support. And they're like, oh, Zach told me to. Whoops.
Now, this is the final thing that you're putting on. Why is that?
This is the screen to our AIO. And the cool thing about this screen is that it only uses a USB plug. It does not need a SATA power or any extra power to it. And then the cool thing about the screen is it is actually two screens and at a 90-degree angle.
Nice. Edoris, welcome. First time viewer. Says, I'm looking to get a CLX PC, but I use multi-monitors. So what build should I be looking at for it?
Good question, Adoris. So what you're looking for there with running multi-monitors is just the video output of the graphics card. So if you don't need anything that's like super gaming intensive, you can get like a entry level or a mid-level video card, and it's going to have the ports on the back. Most modern day graphics cards are going to have one HDMI and 3 DisplayPort, but you can always look at those cards on our website or whatever, and it'll tell you. And if you have any questions about them, you can always reach out to us on chat or our support and just let them know, like, hey, I'm trying to play, whatever, Cyberpunk and do this, and that, and I'm running a couple monitors. What do I need? And they'll get you set up. But pretty much every video card on the market nowadays can run multi-monitors. You just want to make sure that you've got the right video ports coming out.
Yeah, I do 3 monitors off of just my production machine.
Yeah,
I only have one for my. You run how many?
Yeah, I run 2 monitors at home. I've got one on HDMI and one on DisplayPort because DisplayPort's the superior cable, but my side monitor is just for like Discord and YouTube and stuff. So I don't need it to be at like 2K for that.
Right on. Well, it looks like we're getting near to the.
It's that walkthrough backup monitor. It doesn't have to look pretty. Just has to tell you how to walk through the map.
That's right.
Yeah, that's not what you mean. That's actually a great reason to have a second monitor up. Dang, I didn't think about that.
I used to do that just from those old games, man. Like you miss picking up one item like 20 minutes into the campaign, and it's like, oh no, like you won't be able to beat this mission later on in the level, and that's a 20 hours later.
Yep.
It's like, nope.
Yeah, I've already put in enough time. I'm not redoing all this.
Yep.
Oh. And I think
Bingo.
we're bingo.
Yeah.
Now, just because, especially since we have somebody asking, I want to take you on a little adventure, and we're going to show you how you can get your hands on the PC that might be just right for you.
I'm a PC just right for you.
right.
PC builder
We'll
just
get
right
there.
for you. Got him.
Well, you know what? If you go to CLXgaming.com, that's where you're going to have to go. And there's all sorts of options. If you look on the side, there we go. All right. At CLXgaming.com, we try to make it as easy as possible for you to get the PC of your dreams. And Doris, here's some things to look at. So we've got full towers, mid towers, and small form factors. They come in 4 different flavors, so you can decide what you need based on the amount of, size that you want. Once you get started, you can put all the components there together. We've got Intel, we've got AMD, we've got Radeon, we've got NVIDIA. And you can choose anything you want on there. And it won't screw up. Here's why. See that little green button up there at the top? It says add to cart. if you choose something that's not compatible or doesn't quite work right, the system's going to stop you and ask you a question. And in this example, we've got a power supply that's not quite strong enough for the graphics card that we chose. So it's basically saying, okay, either you need to choose one of these power supplies for this graphics card, or you choose one of these graphics cards for that power supply. Once you solve the problem, it goes back to green. We like the color green. Okay, now down at the bottom, you can see where you can get everything from your RAM to cable mods if you want them, extra drives if you need them. There are other PCIe like sound cards that happen down there. And some people just want that extra 7.1 sound. Let's see here. And then we jump over to the Foundry. Now, right here in the middle is a good thing to happen. So this is where you're going to decide if you want to open loop or close loop. And I'll have Paul explain that when we get done here. You want to upgrade your thermal paste? We can do that. You want to overclock your GPU? We can do that too. How about overclocking your CPU? Yep. How about CPU and GPU? Yep. There we go. All the combinations are possible. So, yeah. And with that said, let's take a look over at accessories. This is my favorite little tab. CLX Gaming is like a one-stop shopping center for everything. So first tab is going to be how you can get some really cool CLX gear. The windbreakers, I guarantee, are awesome. We got t-shirts, hats, beanies. There's quite a few options, which I love. Now, like I said, one-stop shopping center. You're going to need a keyboard. So you got keyboards. We've got mice. We've also got controllers. We have a lot of Star Citizen players coming around. And these are controllers you can use for flight sticks on many different flying games. Headsets, because you got to have a headset. That's right next door. Then microphones. Now, you said you're doing for gaming. I don't know if you're also streaming, Adoris, but we've got a really, really great set of mics. It's called a Beacon Mix Create and the Beacon mic. The Beacon mic is fantastic. And the Mix Create is this great little device that's got dials on it. And you can touch screen and it can control your stream. It's actually really cool. And then you've got your standard monitors and a range of other things, including routers and even a chair. Once you get that done, you can just put it all together. Now, this may seem really overly intense and might be a little scary for some people, and that's why we have a section called RTS. That is the ready-to-ship section. These PCs come in 4 different flavors. There's entry-level, mid-range, high performance, and then ultra-high performance. This is going to give you an idea of the kind of power that's going to be around capable with your budget. These are PCs that have already been assembled and are sitting there waiting for you. They've already been tested and you can get them with designs on them, which is also fun. So with that being said, for all of your PC gaming needs, head on over to clxgaming.com. See what we can do for you. Ta-da!
Bam.
There it is. There she blows. Okay. Let's see what this thing looks like. And the power's on.
Boom.
Nice.
Okay.
Now watch that. Oh, watch the screen. The screen and the RAM are now finally lighting up. That looks so good.
Oh, yeah.
And that little monitor, it's a two-sided. That's what the Tri-X does, like that. You can see it right there. Good. There you go. All right. Now, Paul. I mentioned something about the RTS.
Mm-hmm.
So those are tested. Where is this going now that it's built?
So I'm going to game on this one, but most of the time these go to testing, and that's where we get into the BIOS of the machine. We'll make sure our RAM speed's set correctly, all of our storage devices are showing up, all that good stuff, and then we load the operating system. So most of the time it's Windows, but we can do all the other operating systems. If you're a Linux user and you want that, we can do that as well. And then after that, we stress test the system for 12 hours, which I'm going to show you on this one. There's a quick run through of the stress testing that we do, just give you a little glimpse into that right here in just a minute. And then after that, that is it. It goes over to QA and then ships out. So the biggest thing is we don't put any bloatware on these machines. You're just going to get a fresh install of Windows, not a whole bunch of different antivirus softwares or anti-malware programs or anything like that. Just a clean install of Windows and you're good to go.
8 different help search bars on the very top. That's the one I loved. Mm-hmm. All right. Now, before we jump into the next section, I mentioned one thing that I didn't think we covered earlier, and that is the difference between an open loop and a closed loop. We talked a little bit about AIOs and what they are, but what's an open loop?
So this that we're using right now with this AIO is a closed loop, meaning we're not going to take off anything to add fluid in or anything like that. But we do offer open loop cooling, and that is where you get, most of the time it's clear tubes you get to pick. But clear tubes, and you get to pick the color of coolant, there's pumps, there's radiators, there's distro plates, there's all sorts of really fun stuff. So it's like a really high-end boutique system. It looks really, really, really great. So,
Yep, it absolutely does. All right, so with that being said, this show happens in 2 parts, and in just a few moments, we're going to be taking a break. And when we come back, you're going to get to spend the afternoon with Zach and Paul as they play games and build PCs. So this show happens every Tuesday and Thursday, starting at 11 a.m. Pacific. That's 2 Eastern. On Tuesdays, we are here on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. On Thursdays, we're exclusively on TikTok, so you don't want to miss that show. If you're wanting to know what's going on with all the things CLX, check out our social media: YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads at CLX Gaming. You want to join in a really great Discord that a bunch of other PC enthusiasts? Discord.gg/CLX Gaming. All right. So with that being said, on behalf of Jason and Kyle in production, Paul and Zach, I'm DJ Blue PDX. Don't go away. We've got more coming up after the break. We'll be right back.
see you later.
Bye. Welcome back, Scooby Gang. How was everybody's long weekend of the memorials? It was my wedding anniversary, so we went camping. It was very awesome. Made a friend named Glenn. Hi, Glenn, if you're watching the show. Thanks for coming in, and I hope you had fun on your jet ski. I know, wedding anniversary for the win. I took us camping, and she took us to a Korean restaurant for lunch. It was really good. She got bulgogi, and I got tonkatsu. It's very good, so good. All right. If you guys were here earlier, you know what is going to happen. We are going to be building another computer. That is what we do here. We build one computer, and then we build, another computer. We also answer exotic and random questions about flat earth theorems and what is the best way to make peanut butter and jellies, and how do you fry up fishies when they just be tasting so good all the time. We also play some video games. Paul's in the background. What games we got going on today?
We'll probably continue our Cyberpunk 2077 run.
Yes!
So that was really sweet, and so I want to test out this AMD system on that.
Nice. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
How can I get a sponsorship for CLX Gaming? Oh man, I do believe that we might have something on our website, clxgaming.com, that might help you out. If you go to our website, it might be there for you. Okay, so yes, we are in photography mode. We are getting some sweet pictures and videos of these beautiful Tri-X liquid coolers and some red builds. We were scouring all of our library archives of what we've got photos of, and we're like, we need more of these. Why? Because the Tri-X stuff looks so pretty, and we need to showcase more of it because it looks so pretty. And we need some more red on red because red on red builds are very fun and very cool. All right, for all of you guys who don't know what a red on red build is, or a red plus build, that means we have a Radeon processor and a Radeon graphics card. AMD, baby, we're supporting deep fried Snickers bar. Heck yeah. Deep fried Oreos, going to the state fair.
I've had deep fried Oreos before. They are phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
We were at this casino in Vegas on Fremont Street. I forget which one it was, but they would bring you deep fried Oreos and deep fried Twinkies as long as you were playing.
Woo! I would always be playing.
Yeah, they were great.
All right, this is, you all need a kick tab for social media sponsorships. I do think we have something like that. That would be a Nicole question. But we do, follow us on our socials. That's the way to be getting a hold of the people who would be in charge of getting you elevated up to that position.
Mm-hmm. Zach, I'm probably good to run this benchmark if that's good with you.
Go for it, man.
Alrighty.
Benchmark us.
Sweet. So I'm going to benchmark the PC that we just did. This gives you guys a little bit of insight into some of our testing process. Now, this by no means is everything we do. We get to the BIOS and we do all that stuff as well. But I'm just going to show you one of the benchmarking softwares that we use, 3D Mark. You might have heard of it before. It's a great one to use. So we're going to run Steel Nomad. And I'm just going to explain a little bit what's going on while we're doing this. So these benchmarking softwares are great because it's going to grab all of our data. You can see that it shows our GPU. We've got the AMD Radeon RX 9070 XT. And our CPU, we've got the AMD Ryzen 7 9800X 3D. It shows our storage drive as well. Not that that's super important for this part of the test. But it will grab this info and it's going to make sure, it's going to give us a score at the end, and then we can make sure that everything is running around what it should be. Now, there might still be some more fine tuning and stuff we do after this, but this gives us a good baseline. I believe it's loading. Oh, there we go. Now we're going. So now it's collecting that info that I was telling you about that it showed us at the bottom. And then while this is running, there's going to be 3 numbers going at the bottom of this screen. And that's what I'm going to talk a little bit about once we go on there. These benchmarkings test a variety of things throughout. You'll see it going between a few scenes. Some of the scenes are more graphics card intensive. Some of them are more processor intensive. And so that's what this is checking here. So the very first number we're going to see at the bottom, you guys will see this is going to be our FPS counter. Now, obviously, if you're a gamer, you know what FPS means. It's frames per second. So that's what we're looking at here. We want to see a consistent frame rate there. And then the middle number is that frame number. So that's what frame of the test we are in right now. So that's why it's just going to be a steady uptick. And then after that is time. So it's going to show how long this has been running. Now you can see little things on this, like you can see the orbs that look like they've got like oil in them or something with all the different colors moving. You'll see the heat coming off the exhaust of some of those bikes, stuff like that. So this is just making sure everything is running well. And at the end of this, it's going to give us a score. Now these are pretty quick, probably less than 2 minutes long. But these are really good to do because maybe when we get to a certain scene, like maybe this one, that orb right there with all the colors on it, causes us to crash. And that gives us a good indicator of what's going on, where to look when we're troubleshooting. But we, like I said, we want to see consistent frame rates here. This one is almost over. There we go. And now it's going to give us a score, and we're hoping that that score is in green, which I'm sure it's going to be. Yep, 6748. So that's our score, and then you can compare this to people with similar hardware to yours. And then you can even see here, like Battlefield 5, 1440p. You can mess around with this in Apex. We might actually play a couple games of Apex since I've got that installed now, just to show you some FPS games. But I mean, you can see plenty of frames per second here. We're not looking for 9,000 FPS or anything like that. For me, I just want to reach the refresh rate of my monitor. So if I've got a 144 hertz monitor, I want to be running at 144 FPS, and then I'll frame cap the games that we're paying to whatever refresh rate of our monitor, since that's the most our monitor can do. So this is really good here. This is what we want to see. You can mess around on here. You can see temperatures at what frame and what time and all this stuff. So this has a lot of really good information if you're into this type of stuff. But this is just one of the benchmarking softwares that we use. So yeah, that explains the benchmarking part. And then we'll probably play a couple games of Apex, and then we'll hop into Cyberpunk. So Zach, all back to you, man, while I get Apex loaded up.
Nice. Thank you. All right. Yes, if you have one of our systems, you can definitely get a hold of customer support and see about getting it mailed back into us, and we can definitely do the upgrades for you if you are too nervous to do them yourself. Or if if it's something that our tech support guys can talk through, they can talk you through it so that you don't have to have downtime of your computer being shipped. But yeah, if it is one of our machines, you can definitely hit us up, and we would love to help upgrade or do any of that type of stuff for you. That is definitely easy peasy doable for sure. Get in shot there. I don't know what RTC. Send back the RTC. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but if it is one of our machines, then yes, you can send it back, and we would help you out on that. All right, I've just been cranking along while Paul has been testing away. Like I said, this is all going to be pretty similar to the system that we just built. This is just going to be kind of a white variant. Nice. Oh yeah, no worries. Yeah, ready to ships. Yeah, no worries. But yeah, we can definitely get a hold of our customer support, and they would be the best guys to help walk you through how we would go about doing that. Yeah, this is just pretty much going to be white componentry, pretty similar to what we built earlier. All these parts can be found and purchased on CLXgaming.com's website. If you have never been to that website, it is a pretty sweet site that lets you, select lots of cool game stuffs. We've got some white Viper sticks right here. These are 32 gigs of 62,000 megahertz, so some very nice fast sticks. I'll be moving to Texas next week, so I'll be closer to y'all shot. Nice. Compared to Virginia, nice. Heck yeah. Yeah, you can for sure send it in. That would probably even be a good time to do it. Like, if you're going to be moving, might as well be getting that to where you're not having to transport it too. All right, just like our memory modulars and our processors, everything that installs on our motherboard installs one way. It cannot be installed multiple directions. So when installing our NVMe drives, we just line that little slit up with the slit on the port bay. Make sure we peel our peels off of our thermal pads and heat strips. And then we can go ahead and be doing some fans. There we go. All right. Okay. Yep. There we go. Whew. Yeah. We're sitting down there perfectly. What part of Texas you gonna get into? Are we moving for fun? Or are we moving for adventure? Or wait, no, what is it? Business or pleasure? Isn't that what they always say when it's coming into a different country? Business or pleasure? Oh, yes. If you guys were here on Thursday's TikTok episode and you got to see some pack rips, oh man, we ripped open some real nice packs on Thursday. We got some very nice pulls, quite a few $10 cards, quite a few. I got real excited and almost went and got some more Beyblades, but I went got camping supplies instead. Those are a little bit more important. Hubby's in the military. We're heading to Fort Hood. The drive is going to be about 21 hours. That is a drive for sure. Paul, you ever been to Fort Hood?
I have, yeah.
Yeah. What is the thing to do at Fort Hood?
Man, I don't know. It's been probably 15 years.
Oh dear.
I didn't do much off base there, so I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
They had some good field training there, though. That was fun.
Okay.
On the base, but yeah, I'm not sure what's around there.
Well, good luck and have fun. Tell your hubby to figure out where all the good food's at so you can eat some good food. And Temperance, I did see that you're getting your kitty cat here in a bit. That's be exciting. Gigi didn't come back home after we got back from camping for a while. He was upset that we left him to fend for himself in the alley where he lives half of his life. You can always tell when he's happy or mad because his eyes will be big and round or they have little slits. Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be real fun. We're getting there. I always like building the same thing back to back, because then on that second one you're like, oh yeah, I learned a little tricks from that last build, even though, you know, when you're building all the time, it's just like that one little thing when you can do it back to back. Seems like you get that fresh experience. We all know everybody's really excited for this week is because it's a 4-day week like last week. Or last week was a 4-day week for me. But like last week, holiday. All right, and we're just gonna go ahead and do the quick install of this rear exhaust fan. Because that's super easy to get done right now. And then I find it easiest just because we have all of the fans in here essentially. We can just go ahead and do the fans first before any of the case stuff. And then that just makes it all nice and tidy put away already. So we'll go ahead and like drop the motherboard in like normal and get it mounted and screwed in. But then before we do any of the case cables, we will do the fans. And ASRock motherboard, so we do have that 10th standoff. Now, if you are building at home, how important is this 10th standoff? I would say those 9 other one are 100% important, and this one is a if you would like to, you can do it. I, being a server builder, will always be populating every standoff that I can. I just want to make sure that everything is always solid. And then as far as gamer goes, I am a LAN goer, and I like taking my computer to other people's houses and having LAN parties. I know that's not a big thing in the year 2026, but you know, it used to be a big important thing in a lot of gamers' lives. And I like to have that reliability of my equipment always being buttoned down to its full max security, so that if I do go to a LAN party, everything is safe and secure. What do I play? Well, right now my computer game of choice is Far Cry 2. But I have not been on my computer in a very, very long time. A couple months probably. I just been camping a good bit, been fishing a good bit. The computer game is usually a winter, cold weather time activity. And when I can be oot and about, I would rather be out there then. But I like open world adventure racing games, shooters, casual shooters, you know, not competitive. I don't compete in anything. I don't have internet at home. There's no need for none of that. Horror games are pretty fun, yeah. State of Decay. Outlast. Don't know what else is in my horror catalog. The hunting games, whatever those ones are. Dead by Daylight, yeah. If I'm playing it at home, it needs to not require internet access, because that doesn't exist at the house. So we've got to select and choose proper games and titles, which eliminates some developing companies because they require internet. So. Talking to you, EA and Ubisoft, if you guys are in the chat right now, I do appreciate your guys' games. I love them a lot, but why do I need to have internet access to play Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit, or Need for Speed, whichever one that is, or Ghost Recon Wildlands? I understand that it is, or Far Cry 5. I understand that it is a multiplayer game, but I shouldn't be forced to have internet access just to play single player games. Change my mind. That's my Magic the Gathering hot take. Okay, now that we have all that in, like I said, we're going to go ahead and plug in all these fans, make sure they are all done up first, and then we will get into those cables, these cables, and these cables, and then those cables, and then those cables. Okay, so as what I like to go by, I like to go by this rear exhaust fan as fan number 1 whenever I am playing with a little hub. And then I just go around a circle of the case of the computer. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, however many you have. And this is done for simple, basic troubleshooting aspects. If, fan 5 is spinning but not glowing, I can easily come back here and be like, oh yeah, it's not glowing because it's not fully plugged in. That makes sense. So that is doable. Go. So that's why I like plugging fans in separately and in an order. It makes life a lot easier to troubleshoot if you don't have to undo all of your cables, but you only have to do one group of cables. So that's typically why I like to do the 3 groups of fan cables, case cables, and power cables. Just keeping things organized is a good way to just maintain maintenance for it later on down the road. Good dink. Let's go this way. Okay. Sometimes the hardest part is just figuring out how you want your cables to run when you're tying them up. There's lots of different little ways to make it easier. I just kind of find folding it back and forth makes the most sense and the most ease. Sometimes, most of the times. Every once in a while, you'll tie it up that way and then be like, oh yeah, that does not work at all. We need to go this way with these things. And as you build more, you will see more of that and understand more. Get our big case cables plugged in, HD audio, and our USBs. Okay, now let's talk about that for a little bit. Let's say we are wanting to build our own machine. We are wanting to build in a specific case. We are wanting to build on a specific motherboard. But first, let's say that we want to do a specific job. Let's say we are a photographer and we like using that Type-C header. So, first thing that we're going to want to do is we are going to want to find a case that has that Type-C header on it so that we can have all of that fast download of all of our nature pictures that we're taking on the weekends. Okay, now that we have a case that has that Type-C plug on it, we also need to pair it with a motherboard that has a Type-C header on it so that we get the whole speed. If we plug a Type-C cable into a Type-3 port, we are going to have Type-3 speeds on that high-speed cable. That's not ideal for that. So if we cannot do that, that would be best. Sometimes that does happen. Sometimes we get a motherboard that only has 3.0 plugins on it. That is when, if we are needing those Type-C ports and connections, we want to make sure that everything is compatible with each other. So if we are building stuff ourselves and we are for sure wanting to use those ports or plugs, make sure that our case has them and our motherboard has them. That would be the ideal way to go about making sure that we are going to have those super fast speeds that the Type-C is capable of handling. And if our motherboard doesn't have what we might need, then, you know, getting an adapter to transition that port. But like I said, that will convert the speed of the port. But if all you're wanting is just something to plug in and go, it doesn't matter if it's at Type-C speed, we'll be fine. USB, USB. Lots of USBs. Okay. And 2 extra zip ties. Sometimes you can do that early, sometimes you could do that late. It's really up to you. And when you want to add your, I call those accessories, light strips. Sometimes you can put them in early, sometimes you can put them in last, sometimes it helps put them in the middle of the build. Really just depends on what kind of looks you're wanting. Okay, we need cables. I want you, I want you, I want you, I want you. Okay. Power supply. This one, unlike the other one, is a modular power supply. It's probably going to be the only difference other than color. Can't remember what our memories, if our memory was identical, just one black, one white. So this one, we get to pick and choose all of our cables, which is a very nice feature to have. Because then only the cables that are needed is what you get to plug in. That makes cable management very nice, very clean. As you can see, we're going to have about 5 cables that we actually have to use. So that does make the tie-up typically pretty easy. Have built a couple of these bad boys beforehand, so know that this is how I want my SATA cable to be. You apexing it out there, Paul?
I think so.
Yeah.
We're about to hop in.
Woohoo! And R24. How much you think all that equipment on her belt weighs?
Man, at least 50 pounds.
Yeah, that looks like a pretty big setup.
Yep.
Okay, let's go ahead and do two. See what type of graphics card we got going on. Beautiful white edition. Steel Legend. Oh yeah. There we go. Katinka. Okay, now we get the joy and pleasure of peeling everything off of here. There's 30 players in an Apex game?
I guess. Yeah, I feel like there's usually more, but this is like
I thought
the
it was
first-
like a 8v8 style game.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's. I think 4v4 is the max. Maybe 5v5 or teams of 5, I should say.
Huh.
But yeah, I don't know if it's different because this is the first actual game on this account. Like we might have to do some.
Tutorial mode.
Yeah.
Man, Bangalore looks cool.
Yeah.
Oh man. That looks like the person I would play.
Bangalore.
Mainly because of the weapon choice.
Yeah, I like the assault style.
This is your champion.
The only difference between predator and prey.
Oh dang, that guy's at 92.
This was me, the scrub.
Oh, Fortnite.
I love this part! Yeah! Come get some.
Nice.
Doesn't get better than that. If you need me, I'm gonna jet over there for loot. Watch it. Hostile landing close. Beginning ring countdown. Nice. Safe to touch down. We're already in the next ring. Evo harvesters are now available. Attention. Put this place there. On that bandit.
Kill confirmed. Another notch on the belt.
Reloading.
We got company, Ethan. Broke the enemy shield.
Crack shields on that bandit.
We're just, plugging these cables in from the front side, because we can do that. Plug everything into the back.
I'm out of energy.
Oh, I've got one bullet.
One less thing to worry about.
I'm the new kill leader, and I wasn't even trying. Reloading. Under fire.
Give me a sec. Recharging shield.
Confirm splash on whole squad.
What?
Half the squads are left. Leveled up. Better lock down and upgrade.
What?
Care package being delivered.
Giving my shields a recharge. Care package incoming. Y'all earned this. Just watch your backs. I should heal up. I don't plan on tapping out yet. One sec. Using my Phoenix kit. I'm down.
I'm here. So let's get you a do-over, huh?
Oh! Bring me back.
Another
Get
squad
him!
extending your skills on you, bandit.
Grenade.
Bandit down.
Tango near me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's what CLX games get you. Resden, Battle Royales. Oh man.
Rip. Alright, we'll do another one of those and then probably hop over to Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah.
We'll get my loot box.
Loot crate.
Oh, well, that's alright. We'll just do one more of these. We'll do Cyberpunk next week.
Yeah.
I like Apex as it's a good battle royale.
Yeah. It's free to play, right?
Yep.
That's what makes it so good.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to spend nothing on it. Bada bing, bada boom. Big bada boom. Ow. Okay. Built here, played here, tested here in the United States of America. We're from Wichita, Kansas. We do it all. If you need a gaming rig for your wife or your kiddos or for you, if you work for a police department or a hospital or a library and you guys need workstations or servers, if you need laptops, if you're a big old convention and you're wanting to host a whole bunch of computers, ow, I did that to myself. We can definitely figure out what you might need. CLXgaming.com. If you've not been there, check it out. go ahead and play around with the, computer or the components picker. Pick your own components out. You don't have to click purchase, but bonus points for if you do click purchase. That is definitely a fun website to go hit up. What else we got?
Man, this queue ain't gonna pop. So I
Uh-oh.
guess we just got that one game. I see your gun over there, so that's all right.
Yep.
We're more prepared for next time.
Follow us on all of our socials. Pay close attention to them. You might see giveaway announcements coming up. Come back and hang out with Paul and me on the Tiki Talk on Thursday. We will be thirsty and we'll be ripping blades. Ripping some Beyblades. That one looks good. Oh, and also don't forget to go to our website because, you might see some pictures, some brand new pictures of the stuff we built today. Ooh. This has that sweet glowing steel legend board in it. I love all white builds. Heck yeah, let's do this. Katinka. We're just going to do that straight up in Katinka. This is an all white build. That is a particularly pretty PC you've got there today. Why, thank you so much. We built this system in black earlier. It's in the back there. Paul was gaming on it. We are taking some photos of these. These have the beautiful Tri-X liquid cooler in there. We've got AMD processors in there. We've got Radeon graphics cards in there. All of this is available off of the CLXgaming.com website and the TikTok shop. I know we're not on TikTok today, but
We will be.
the TikTok shop.
Our systems are always available on
Heck
the TikTok
yes.
shop.
10 of 10 would recommend. Like I said, get your wife into gaming, get your kids into gaming. Turn that extra room in the basement or that spare guest bedroom that never gets used, that only gets used up by the in-laws, turn it into a LAN room.
Yep.
The in-laws don't need to sleep in a cool bedroom. They can sleep cool as in like temperature cool. They can sleep in a cool room as in like aesthetics looks cool.
That's right.
The room will be hot because of all of the gaming computers you have in there, but worth it.
You can sleep in these chairs.
Yeah. Look at that. Paul's so relaxed right now. It's great. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Remember, we don't put any bloatware, malware, or any crap on our computers. We just test them for a glorious 12 hours and get them out to you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We will catch you later, Scooby Gang. Bye.
Later, guys.